There's a power that comes when you're able to name what you feel and then get to acknowledge it. A relief comes and suddenly the confusion is lifted and you're no longer just merged with the feeling. And then saying hello and keeping company with what comes brings a life-forward shift inside. We can lay out an issue or a problem and then check inside for the feeling sense of it in your throat and chest and belly. And keep it company with an open curiosity to see what comes. And something will come there. Or we can also just settle inside and ask the question, what needs my attention right now? And we're asking that to our bodies. And we can just keep that question and your core company with an open curiosity, even sometimes for half a minute, and something will come. Initially, it may be vague and fuzzy and may seem pretty unpromising. But if we wait, felt qualities can emerge, and we can find handles for those. Words, images, metaphors, and gestures. As a more emerges, and as we welcome and invite this other level in ourselves, it comes to meet us. It's like waiting for someone you don't know at a train station. You know that they're coming, but you don't know who it is yet, but you do know that they're coming. Then when they emerge from the crowd and face you, there's this saying hello as you take them in. And it's the same with this level in ourselves that emerges from our semi-conscious, from the more of ourselves. It's like another somebody or another someone that we can then get to know. And then once we get to know it, we can actually dialogue with it. So let's try this out. Let's try finding a name for what comes, just right here. And just have something nearby that you can write on. That's always kind of helpful. So just settling in and getting comfortable. Maybe just noticing the weight of your body on the chair there and your feet on the floor. And now maybe just noticing your hands and your feet. Maybe give them a little wriggle. And now maybe noticing your arms and your legs. And maybe now just letting your attention come down in its own way into your throat and your chest and your belly. Letting it come down into your core. And if that's hard, just notice what's hard about that. This is all about just noticing and keeping company with what you're noticing. And with your attention here, just asking, what needs my attention right now? No pressure, no demand with that question. We're just laying it down in front of us and keeping it company with an open curiosity to see what comes. No hurry, no demand. Just an openness and a wondering. It's just as if you were about to meet this new person you don't know yet. There's an openness and an anticipation. Just noticing if something comes there in your core, and it doesn't have to be confined to your skin envelope. Sometimes a feeling sense can extend beyond your body, but it is always still palpable. It's always still bodily felt. And it's often vague and indistinct in the beginning. It's subtle. It's not like regular feelings, which are kind of loud. Maybe you notice somewhere that feels a little heavier or denser or tighter, or more spacious and more fluid. Whatever comes, just noticing, where is it in your body? Is it in your chest or your belly, or is it a kind of all over feeling? It could be an atmosphere of something, it could be an atmosphere of a sadness, or it could be a certain kind of blankness, or an excitement. Maybe it's heavy there, maybe it's airy, maybe it's broad, maybe it's deep. Just really listen there. It's like you have ears in your belly. And as you notice these qualities, just see if a word or words or even a phrase comes there that comes from this place and that fits just how it is there. And you know, because there's a feeling of rightness. And words may come quickly from your mind, and that's okay. But you always resonate them, you always check them back with that feeling sense in your body to see if there's a fit. And if they do, it's like a little yes inside, a little give or sense of relief. It's like, yes, that's it, inside. Has the ring of truth. Now maybe just see if an image comes from that place. And it may not do, we're just checking. A picture can say 1,000 words. And if an image does come, just resonate it back with that place inside to see if there is that sense of fit. Now let's see if a metaphor comes, or a movement, a posture or a gesture that may come there. And again, if something does come there, always checking it with what you feel there to see if there's that fit, that yes inside. Now let's just check to see if a memory comes. And again, maybe it doesn't. But just see if a memory emerges quite organically here. No need to search. Just let something come. And it doesn't have to make any kind of sense. Just staying open and curious with it all. No rights or wrongs here. Now maybe just notice now kind of freshly, now that the whole thing is here and we've found handles, just kind of sensing that freshly, because the felt sense is very fluid, and even as you're finding handles and naming it, it shifts. So we regularly touch in to see, how is it just right now? And let's find our way to acknowledge it. It's like your way of saying hello to it inside, just like meeting this new person. Again, no pressure here, just finding your way of saying hello. And this new something that's emerged, this new somebody, doesn't have to be any different. It needs to know that it doesn't have to be any different. Just openness and curiosity about this somebody. And maybe now just noticing how it is for you and how it is for it to be meeting and saying hello here. And just when you're ready, just coming back to the room in your own time. And maybe you want to write down some of what came. Being able to write down what came and look at it and relate to it can be helpful and can sometimes bring a more. So in our next video, we're going to experiment. Now that we've met and named this somebody, how do we then dialogue with this level in ourselves and ask it questions? And it really is something that we can dialogue with this deeper, vastly wiser realm in ourselves, this underneath our regular consciousness, which is where the 95% of our processing and our wider intelligence lives. We can ask it questions and it talks back quite something. So until next time.